It is Money Monday. We celebrate money every day, but especially on Mondays. And as you may or may not know, I was recently named the Chief Digital Officer for InvestView, one of the foremost education companies, online education training and trading company out there. And
no wonder I lost money in that stuff.
You should check out InvestView. Probably not the approach we want to take with one of our newest sponsors, but check it out. I'm not telling you to buy the stock. I am telling you, anytime we're talking about stocks, bonds, bitcoins, any of this stuff, the main thing to do is do not take financial advice from me, okay? Never take financial advice from me. I'm not a financial analyst, a stockbroker, or anything like that. I don't even play one on TV. And when I am talking and it sounds like I know what I'm talking about money and stocks and all this stuff, keep in mind we're coming to you from the Cuestión Tequila Studios. And every day I am doing my duty to our sponsor and drinking tequila. So don't take financial advice from me. But we talk about Bitcoin every day, and cryptocurrencies are the big new thing. You know, I always tell our audience, Frankie, do not invest in Bitcoin unless you're prepared to lose every penny. And it's in the news a lot lately. And I know you pulled down
so Mark Cuban, who we all know is the head of AXS TV, he's the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, he's on the show Shark Tank. He had some very harsh words for your Bitcoin brethren over the weekend. Take a look at what Mark Cuban had to say.
Bitcoin is worth what somebody will pay for it. Did you ever see someone who collected baseball cards and they were really, really, really proud of their baseball cards because they kept on saying they were going to go up in price? Comic books, same thing, even artwork. There's no real intrinsic value. You can't eat a baseball card or shouldn't eat a baseball card. Your artwork might look good on the wall, but not much you can do with it. Bitcoin, there's even less you can do with it. I'd rather have bananas. I can eat bananas. Crypto, not so much.
He'd rather have
I'm stunned
bananas.
by this guy. You know,
Wow. So first Trump goes after Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Then Mark Cuban, who's no fan of President Trump's, kind of a rival and been a critic of his for a long time, then he goes after cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin.
So, you know, everybody thinks Mark Cuban is so cool and all this other stuff. He sold one company in life. He made like $1 billion, okay? There's some degree of greatness in that.
I think that's pretty cool.
There's also a lot of luckiness in that. And since then, why anyone would care what he says, but just question to Mark Cuban. If you want to make a cross-border payment, you want to send some money to your family in Latin America, let's say, can you send them bananas? Will that work? Can you do you do a banana wire?
You'll never get through
like
customs.
That?
No.
I mean, and I don't know what's so good about bananas, but I found this big, large jug of sprees today, and these are the chewy sprees. Way better than bananas. We can pay. Look how easily we can pay in sprees. Frankie, here's your pay this week. Have 2 sprees.
No, but I think to his point, though, this actually has value because you can do something with it. You know?
No, but you can go to Starbucks and pay with cryptocurrency. You can go to these days. You can go to.
I don't like those.
You don't like it?
Too tart.
They're tart. They're
like
chewy. All right, fine. Well, then we're not going to pay in sprees, but I'm not paying anything in bananas, I can tell you that. What Mark Cuban, he's always looking to get some press for himself, so it's the flavor of the day to be against cryptocurrencies. But one of the biggest markets right now for anything, YouTube is focused hugely on Latin America, okay, and China, okay, and both these countries have massive fees to get money in and out. You know, like MoneyGram or Western Union, they charge 10% on this side to send, they charge 10% on that side to go receive. And hardworking people in America that want to get money to all these different Latin American countries and Asian countries, they're getting ripped off. And cryptocurrency is no banana. Mark Cuban's a banana, if you ask me. No, I'm serious.
Those are fighting words. Those are fighting words.
By the way, did you see that video? Could we just put that video up? He had my phone on his desk.
I did notice that. That was pretty interesting.
Copying us? Like, yeah, I mean, I know, I told you, Liquid Lunch is getting big.
If we start seeing him with a yarmulke in a future show, then we know he's really...
If he comes on with a Trump pen and a yarmulke,
right,
then we know he's watching Liquid Lunch. But if he was watching Liquid Lunch, he would know that on Money Mondays we're talking about cryptocurrency.
Exactly.
And we're talking about public companies. I'm sorry, I'm getting...
Bitcoin is worth what somebody will pay for it. Did you ever see someone who collected baseball cards and they were really, really, really proud of their baseball cards because they kept on saying they were going to go up in price? Comic books, same thing, even artwork. There's no real intrinsic value. You can't eat a baseball card or shouldn't eat a baseball card. Your artwork might look good on the wall, but not much you can do with it. Bitcoin, there's even less you can do with it. I'd rather have bananas. I can eat bananas.
So
I'm not impressed
uncanny.
at all. But yeah, I think he's trying to recreate. Yeah, give me that, Kyle. Give me that.
Look at this.
Okay?
Wow.
Now, this has been on my desk for quite some time now, since May. Okay? We're doing some rearrangement here. But if you look at Cuban, he must be watching Liquid Lunch because he has almost the same exact phone on his desk. It's pretty weird.
Hey, look, he's a media guy. Wouldn't surprise me.
If he's a media guy, you should stop talking about bananas and he should be a little more educated because there are a lot. You can go to overstock.com and pay with Bitcoin, or you can buy overstock.com and lose money because I know that happened to you.
Oh, absolutely. I told Patrick Byrne I was the only guy more mad at him than the deep state agents that he was calling out.
Right, exactly.
Well, you know.
Well, look, there's a good business there. And I want to point out also, Andre Domino, who was just on, he volunteers to be an executive board member of the One Voice Italian-American Coalition. He's also the CEO of a publicly traded company. That it's a nice little company, too. And it trades, fully reporting company, trades under the symbol Apple, David, Mary, Tom. You may want to check it out. I'm going to check it out. I'm not telling you to buy it, but our guests who volunteer for great causes, any way I can help them and help my audience get to know them a little better, I always try to. So check out Andre Domino's ADM Tronics. Maybe there's something there.
Well, I was just trying to buy the stock, but I'm having some difficulty with my E-Trade account. But yeah, I'm going to buy. I try to support all the companies that either come on Liquid Lunch or advertise on Liquid Lunch.
All right. Fantastic. If you want to...
So far, that has turned out to be a losing investment strategy. I want to point out.
That's why I say all the time, don't take financial advice from me. We're telling you about great companies, great people. You should have, you should educate yourself, and you should invest in things for the long term, not be looking at it every 2 seconds. And if you invest for the long term, you have a diversified portfolio, you're educated, and it's suitable for you. That's a calm way to invest and build a portfolio, not try to hit it big. Frankie thinks buying stocks is like going to Atlantic City or Las Vegas. He thinks it's a big gamble. He wants to hit the big one right away.
I do.
We have Nick Kovacevic coming up a little later on. He's the CEO of Kushco, and he's going to be talking to us about all the great things happening in the cannabis world. And Dr. Stephen Greer is going to join us talk about his new book, The Medical Advocate.
And Ambassador Peter Ford coming up next. Everyone's worried about the Kurds. Looks like the Kurds might have struck some sort of deal with Assad in Syria. So Ambassador Peter Ford, who knows a thing or two about the region, he's going to join us next.
And part of Money Monday is medicine and pharmaceuticals and all that stuff. Stephen Greer, medical advocate. And next week, we may have Gerald Selensky here, the CEO of Zomedica. We'll take a quick break and come back at you right after this with some more Liquid Lunch.